Writing a book sounds like a nightmare for anyone with ADHD, and I totally get that, but what if I tell you that you could write a book in a single weekend? Well, this is what I just did, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I did that. Hi, I'm Anto, I'm a software engineer / solopreneur, and I've recently written a productivity book tailored specifically for software engineers with ADHD like myself. So in this video, we're gonna see two things: why I wrote this book and how I wrote this book. Spoiler alert, I used AI and I'm gonna share the full prompt that I used, and I think it's gonna be useful for other people because I was quite impressed with the help that I got in putting down my thoughts and realigning all the things that I wanted to say in the book. Okay, so first thing, why I wrote the book. I wrote this book because one, I wanted to share a little bit my personal journey in the attempt to one, clarify to myself what was it and what are the mechanisms that I built and the strategies that I've built during the years to manage my ADHD, and also to help others that may be on a similar journey. So during the years, I struggled a lot with inconsistency, self-doubt, and only when I had the late diagnosis of ADHD, everything started to make sense. During my entire life, I've built a number of strategies that I put in place every day without even realizing that. So the reason for writing this book was to capture all these little strategies that helped me to have a good career as a software engineer for the past almost 20 years. The other thing is also to help people that seeing ADHD as a barrier or as a blocker for their career, for their growth. Doesn't have to be like that, and you should also acknowledge that ADHD comes with a huge number of positives, and it's all up to you how you leverage them, how you manage them. So this is one of the goals of the book. The other thing is why I wanted to write a book specifically for developers with ADHD. I have gone through a number of books and videos about productivity, and all the advice doesn't really work for our brain. So that's why I wanted to create something that can help people that relate with ADHD and software engineering. So that's the reason. So my mission is very simple. I want to help software engineers with ADHD like myself to transform their unique strengths into consistent productivity and eventually successful products. Because I don't know about you, but as a software engineer, I want to build my own products, and I call it the prototype graveyard, because I have so many little prototypes that I've never launched. And if you work very hard on something and you never launch it, it's just wasted effort. So that's what I'm trying to do. And this book is a perfect example, because to write this book, I applied the same concept that I've written in the book. So I applied the framework that I describe in the book. And the fact that I managed to finish the book and release the book and publish the book on my website, it's amazing. So that's the first thing that excites me, because I can say that this is probably one of the few real products that I have completed. Now, how I wrote the book. The entire framework obviously is in the book. Don't worry, I'm not trying to sell you the book. The book is free, so you can just follow the link down in the description. I'm gonna show you in a second how you can download the book. But the framework is in the book, and I applied the same framework to write the book. What I've done was I split the action in two parts: the planning phase and the execution phase. So I created the prompt for AI to help me in both parts. I'm gonna read out loud the prompt in a second. And this helped me to structure the work and also stay on track with the execution. So it was a very focused activity. So now let me start with the prompt. So this is the prompt that I used. I want to write an ADHD-friendly productivity framework for software engineers. This will be a PDF ebook. You will be an expert in software engineering, ADHD, and psychology. You are also an experienced best-selling authors of self-help guides. The consumers of this ebook are software engineers that want to build their own products and become solopreneurs. The book is written in ADHD-friendly way and also targets software engineers that may have ADHD. The final goal is to give this ebook for free to people. I will measure their progress in the book, where for each chapter I have a unique link to an external resource. This unique link will help me tracking progress of the audience. You will be helping me generating the index, and for each chapter, we will brainstorm the content and the paragraphs. I'm also willing to share my personal story. There are a couple of things in this prompt that work really, really well. One of them is specifying that the book is written in an ADHD-friendly way, because this allowed me to simplify all my thoughts and put them in a very concise way. So the book is very dense and super short. It's in total introduction plus 8 chapters, and each chapter is around, the maximum size I think is 3 pages, so the entire book is around 40 pages. It's very easy to consume, and I got this idea from another book that was specifically designed for ADHD readers, which is called ADHD Explained, and the author is Edward Allowell. I shared the link down in the description for this book as well, because I think it's one of the best books about ADHD. So the prompt helped me to create the initial structure of the book. So one of the first requests was to build the index. Then I went through the index, I adjusted some of the sections, and then that gave me the structure to proceed. And then for each chapter, what I've done, I've used I didn't know, but it was the first time. So in Google Docs, there is a feature where you can use the microphone to dictate all your thoughts. So I used that to put down all my thoughts. Not everything was perfect, so I had to go back, adjust some of the sentences. Obviously, English is not my first language, so Google struggled a little bit to understand my pronunciation of some words. So I changed all the words, the structure a little bit, and then I used that content with my prompt. So I copied pasted the content that I dictated to Google Docs into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT gave a structure to that. Not always was perfect. We had to have a little bit of back and forth, but it was relatively pain-free and distraction-free. I managed to do that in around 13 hours of deep work across 2 weekends. So I started one week ago and I finished this weekend, and I'm quite pleased with the results. So I can show you. This is the book, and I will just go through the index. So this is the cover. I don't know if you like it. It was a pre-made one. I just adjusted a few little bits. I took this from Canva essentially, and this is the index. So I started with an introduction, then the chapters is the first one, understanding the ADHD developer's mind, embracing the solopreneur engineering mindset, building a distraction resilient environment, building a manageable workflow, and then system for accountability, idea validation and building your first product, from spark to shipping, turning ideas into actual products, coding in sprints, from planning to execution. So this is the 8 chapters. Originally it was around 12. It was also including how to test your product, how to ship your product. These are all things I want to do when I have real examples. So I will probably update or create a second book about the product management itself. So after the launch. So how was this experience? I think personally it was really good experience because one, it made me prove that the framework that I've been using without realizing for years is a valid one. Also gave me the ability to clarify what is my workflow, because again, I used a number of techniques and a number of strategies for years without ever realizing that I was doing that to compensate for my ADHD. And it also gave me a new insight into my ADHD strengths. This is already a positive thing. The next thing that makes me happy about this book is because now I have a way to connect with other people. So other people can download the book and get in touch if they have questions or if they have suggestions. So it's also a way to get the feedback and help others, which is something I always wanted to do, but never had the time or the consistency to do it. So if this resonates with you and you want to download this book, you can grab a free copy. It's available on stan.store/outofdevops. The link again is down in the description. So just click on it. And when you download the book, you will also get future updates or insight about ADHD-friendly productivity strategies specifically for software engineers. They should be valid for other people, but I am a software engineer, so I am just sharing a little bit my journey as a software engineer with the ADHD that desires to become a solopreneur. So if any of this works and resonates with you, happy to have a chat or just reach out in using the comment section below. I'll be happy to read your comments, and if you have any suggestion for future videos or recommendation about the ADHD, I think would be amazing to start a conversation there, and anyone else on this channel can benefit from that. In addition, the other thing you can do is obviously subscribe, but I also launched my little community. It's very little, it's just me at the moment, so you can join my community where I'm building in public. I'm trying to build a number of components for my future projects, and the community is on lab.autodevops.com. Again, the link is also in the description. It's a free community. You can join and you can share your projects, your ideas, your code, whatever you want. It's free. And with this, I end the video. I wish you a good rest of the day. And remember, if you have ADHD, you're not broken, you're just different.